I did not want to make that a two-part, but I had to because for some reason. But you know, let me tell you something. Me and my mom, we are close, 100%. You know, I can tell her anything. You know, I tell you right now, if you are not close with your parent, do it 100%. Let me tell you something, 100%. Everybody, we went on a field trip called camping. I don't know, it was a camping trip. I love it, you know. And I started making friends, right? You know, you're like, yeah, I'm making another friend, you know. But in your mind, and I was, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I have a friend and all that. But when we went back to school, and I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I thought we was, you know, friend, but, you know, you think about this. When we were staying in that little trip, you know, I was with my mom 100% wherever we went, you know, because my mom, you know, I love her. And you know, you know, people try to talk to me and they're like, hey, how you doing? And we start, you know, talking and, you know. But one day, you know, I you know, talked to them. We went back to school. And everybody started being really not nice to me. And, I had, well, I don't know about now. I mean, they might have, I think, paper, I don't know. I might not even have anything like that. But in my day, we had, I don't know what you call it, a tray. And we threw our food away. And I think we had something that day. And the kid was so mean, he just, I'm not going to tell anybody name or not important because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not like, oh, blah, 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 Brandon, you know, Jimmy, you know. I'm not that person. I'm not that ruthless. But the kid who was so mean, and I thought he was my friend because we got along and campaign, you know, at the, I think 3-day trip, maybe 2 day, I don't know, I'm gonna say 3 day, but I could be wrong, but, you know, he put me, and I mean, I don't know if there were a lot of food, but I mean, you know, and he was always mean to me no matter what, you know. And, you know, I mean, I had some friends, you know. Now, let's move up to, 6th grade. So in 6th grade, you know, everybody move up. I went, you know, I met, you know, 2 nice friends who, you know, we made friends, we talked, we did a lot of stuff, we were on the phone, you know. And, you know, they knew me really good, you know. I ain't like germ or anything. I mean, you know. And, you know, boy being boy, you know, we, you know, boy, you know. And, we play in the water. And, you know, I'm looking nice and he got one. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know. And I pay him back and, I got him back, but, you know, they two always had my back. They were like, Nip, we got your back. And I'm like, man, I got some, you know. And, you know, they were, you know, friend, we always got your back, you know, no matter what. I have one best friend who, man, I'm telling you, he, there was a girl I like. We're gonna call her Trudy. That wasn't her name, but we're gonna call her Trudy. And, man, she was, I'm telling you, she was like, man, a beautiful, I just, and I really wanted to ask her out and all that. And, and my friend had always like, Nick, go, blah, blah, blah. And I think I had to beg my friend to get her number in my yearbook or something. And he had like, just, ruined the whole thing. Like, this kid might, I forgot what he said. He like, but I had a great friend, but, getting up there, but there were some people who didn't talk to me, I think some people were jealous, or think because, he expecting me when he treat this and all that. Well, let me tell you something. I am a person, I have a feeling, we all have feeling. I tell people nowadays, let me tell you something. When people break you down, it basically building you up because one day you would be actually be like, look at me, I can do this, Let me tell you something. I'm in karate now, and when I started karate, don't know when. I'm gonna say 2000. Let's say 2006. I don't remember, but 2006. Let's just say that. And I'll tell you right now, if you can get in a club or something like that, that's a great way to meet new friends, 100%. Sorry, I'm looking up. I should be looking down. I'm sorry. Just me, but, when I started karate, there was nobody judging me. Nobody saying, hey, you talk funny. We get that in a moment. But, I met some great people. Wonderful people. And we are friends today. Still, hopefully, I think, maybe, I don't know. But, I'm always nice. Now, when I don't know you, I am shy, I was a shy kid back then. And, I never taught because I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to, I just, if I didn't know you, I just, couldn't, But when I was around my friend, and man, I was talking, I was like, yeah, cool, all that. But, no, even my friend told me, man, you need, I'll be, and I'm saying, I'll tell you right now, when your friend tease you and have fun and all that, got your back, there's some good friend, But I had friends that actually I thought were my friend, but stabbed me in the back later on, But I, never up higher. Never in, let's say, they get 7th grade because I don't think none of my friends, I remember 8th grade, I think they were, but, taught me. But, I want to talk about my voice. I have a lot of people I have met my voice. People ask about my voice all my life, And what's really funny is I'm gonna skip a little bit and then I'll go back to the past. But so one day, like you gotta do, like we all do online now. Online. Person send me a message. We play the same game, And I'm like, hey, how you doing, buddy? And like, hey, how are you? immediately ask me how old I am. And blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm getting too old, And really? Your voice? And yeah, and he's like, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just asking. Listen, buddy. Cool. Let me tell you something. But I'll tell you right now, 100%, I'd rather you guys ask me the question, what is wrong with you? What, are you stupid? No, I'll tell you my story because I don't mind. That's who I am. That's who God made me to be, and, I know I'm not looking I think I'm looking at you guys, but I know I'm not looking at you, and, my whole life, people, make fun of my voice and, make fun of, the way I do stuff or the way I say stuff or how I act and stuff. And, but many people, always judge about me, Don't judge, people, I never judge people. The only thing really freaked me out is, if and I know it's wrong. And I could not look at somebody who lost her arm because, I didn't I feel sorry for them, but it's just too painful, But, you think about people who, being mean to you. Let me tell you something. Let people be mean to you. Because one day you will rise up and you will show people who you are. That's all I have to say right now. Thank you.